to JMM Insights. Today I'm joined by Jason Beckton, Executive Director of Lode Resources, ASX code LDR. Jason, great to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us, and I look forward to giving an exciting update for Lode after news this week.
Lode has just signed the full transaction documents for the sale of Webb's Console Silver project. Can you talk us through the thinking behind this deal and what this means for the company going forward?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it really was a case of a very well-run company in Rapid Critical Metals Limited, or Rapid, who are dominant in the Glen Innes area further north of where we are focused, more in the Armidale area to the south, which we'll talk about later. So it was a consolidation play where putting two projects together really makes things 1 + 1 is sort of 5, if you like, in terms of ounces. High grade silver ounces, but moderate tons, and they have a similar project. So now the tons are starting to become compelling as a joint development. So fortunately, we're able to secure, thanks to Sydney's efforts, 3.75 million in cash for shareholders. 3 million is completed, paid upon completion, with another 750,000, 12 months from completion. So that's gone through. Also importantly, we're exposed to the upside of the project, which is always critical. And we have a significant shareholding in Rapid of 115 million shares. Currently, that's valued at $8 million on the market, and we expect to support Rapid as it develops the project, and that the valuation of that now passive investment to increase. The other piece is a 2% NSR, or net smelter return, and so that's potentially involves future cash flow for LDR shareholders as well. Rapid can, and this is quite normal, they can buy that royalty back off us at any time for an additional Australian 2 million. So it's quite, if you like, standard type of partnering deal. It benefits both parties. LDR is stretched a little bit thin in New South Wales, so it made a lot of sense for us to consolidate with the party who's focused in that area.
So, Jason, with Webb's Console moving on and you're now really ramping up work at Montezuma and Magwood, could you give us an update on the drilling programs underway there?
Yeah, so there's two areas of operation in the company, both doing very well. We'll start with New South Wales because we've just been discussing the divestment in New South Wales. Magwood has been a project that Ted and the guys put together mainly, again, and this will be a repeated theme as we've seen Tasmania, are very high grade antimony silver numbers. What we have released today, the 17th, or this week, is very high grade, up 9.92% antimony over 4.8 meters in hole 10. This is significant. Basically, what it means is we've got high grade in situ material in an old project at Magwood near Armidale. There was a spot assay of up 31.1% antimony, which is reminiscent of what was reported in the old mines. And so that's important. A lot of the times you see these companies, they go to these high-grade old mines. They say the historic numbers, which are always high because people mined higher-grade material in the past. But if you can repeat those with modern drilling, then it's a real de-risking event. We also intercepted stope fill, very high grade, but that can't be used in JORC, but it gives us an indication what's there. But holes 7, 8, 10, all well in excess of 1% antimony. And we also see some silver numbers there as well. So I think the key point is we are relieved, I guess, that Magwood is competing with its Tasmanian project, Montezuma. We know exactly what we're doing in the area, and that there's high grades open at depth. So importantly, the drill designs are quite functionary and straightforward. It's a step out at Magwood and grow it to the ends of the extents before we talk about future resource.
At Montezuma, you've reported some standout silver and antimony grades, including intervals of over 1,000 grams per tonne silver. How important are these results in showing the scale and growth potential of the project?
Well, what you want to see when you're working on a silver project, and I have anyway since 2004, is you want to see silver numbers of at least 100 grams, and so 1,000 grams, 10 times that is obviously important. We have a lot of surface sampling, but what you want also, again, like we've seen in Armidale, you want to repeat that with drilling. Drilling assays in excess of 100 ppm, which every single hole we've drilled there, from 1 through to 4 other footwall holes, we got basically is well in excess of 100 ppm silver. We have no, if you like, limit to the edge of the system yet with high-grade antimony as well. And when I say high grade, that's in excess of 1% antimony. So effectively what we're seeing is a kind of a repeat of a genetic system. It's not exactly the same as New South Wales with Magwood. Montezuma is in Tasmania. And if we keep stepping it out, I think we'll get, this is more advanced, a lot more drill holes into it. But we keep getting intercepts that are open north, south, and at depth. Some of the more important intercepts, 7 meters at 3.7%, or 3.57, I should say, antimony, 432 silver, and anything again over 100 silver is important. So high grade's the key, but also continuity. You're always going to get high grade, but you want to see it continuing. And at the moment, the strike length is well in excess of 200 meters for this high grade zone.
And Jason, you've also reopened and mapped some of the old workings at Montezuma, like Falor and Block East. How are these helping you identify new drill targets and expand the footprint of mineralization?
Yeah, well, some good hard field work by our MD, in fact, Ted Leschke, and Mitch Tarrant, our manager from up in Armidale, helping in Tasmania, located in a mod for the first time, really. We haven't got any historic assaying from these deep in the bush systems, which still have access tracks. We've got over 2,400 ppm or grams per ton silver again there, and 2.35 antimony, 3% copper, which is a little bit unusual. They're the headline numbers. I think the averages will be in the order of 500 silver, 1% antimony, perhaps 2% antimony, 1% copper. So again, it's the same part of the grade tonnage curve where you get continuity. The exploration work there will support and grow the scale of Montezuma, which is the headline project, but you'd like to see other projects nearby contributing, if you like, to the high-grade inventory.
And Jason, turning to Magwood, you started drilling at the historic antimony mine. What are you aiming to achieve there, and how does it fit alongside Montezuma in the portfolio?
Yeah, so Magwood again is a New South Wales competitor for for higher grade antimony. We mainly it's an antimony play. We don't see as much silver there. There are some silver spikes. It's near an adjacent processing facility, Lavoto, which has just been commissioned at Hillgrove. So what we see is this is like Western Tasmania. This part of Armidale is in production or near so. So what I think you can look forward to here is a step-out drill program being designed and implemented early in the new year. So the plan here is, again, very linear, get to high-grade resource, like we did with Webbs, and you saw how beneficial that was for shareholders.
And Jason, antimony has really come into focus lately with prices moving higher after China's export restrictions. How do you see Lode positioned to benefit from that global shift?
Certainly, near-term geopolitical events have increasing demand or choking supply, which has the same effect in a way. So what we don't worry too much about, though, at the exploration or resource piece is whether we can sort of take advantage of that. I mean, it's very good timing for shareholders to put together robust, high-grade resources which would also weather the storm even if prices were to be corrected or come off a little bit, because what you don't want is marginal projects that are being brought online because of a short-term sugar hit in prices due to geopolitical events. I'm not a geopolitical analyst, or I'm a geological analyst in a way. So what I want to put together for shareholders, and the company does, is a series of high-grade resources that will withstand the ups and downs of a volatile market. And yeah, so far so good.
And Jason, on top of that, Montezuma has been highlighted in Tasmania's critical minerals strategy as the state's only antimony project. How important is that recognition in terms of government and industry support?
Yeah, so the very important jurisdiction level is the state level in Australia. Tasmania, where I completed my master's in 1996, 1997, that's always been a mining state since the fantastic mines at Rosebery, Renison, Tin, Mount Lyell, where I lived in the past, in Queenstown. So this is a mining state, irregardless of political colour. The political support for mining hasn't wavered. So what you do see, though, is an economy in Tasmania that's very keen to see these responsibly developed, probably underground mining solution projects, like where I worked at Henty in 1996, which is underneath the rainforest and is still going very well. So what you end up with is a very high economic impact for the Tasmanian taxpayers and low environmental impact, which is the beauty of very high-grade underground mines. So the support from the Tasmanian government is understandable because they can see the end game here, that it's already a granted mining lease at Montezuma. That's a key advantage, and therefore near-term production is, rather than just waffling on about it, it's actually an outcome we're aiming for. And to that end, we're doing bulk test work, where this is getting soon to be, of course, an exciting growth project, but also an engineering project in parallel.
And Jason, looking ahead, what are the key milestones investors should keep an eye on over the next few months across Montezuma, Magwood, and the rest of the portfolio?
Well, the key takeaway point I hope I've transmitted is high grades, antimony, silver, more drill results, more metallurgy results in the background as we get towards what is the key value add, which is resource outcomes. Again, high grades. It will be topical in the news because it's arguably the highest grade antimony project in Tasmania, Montezuma. Magwood's competing with it now, which is fantastic. It's great to see projects competing for dollars. And yeah, basically more of the same.
Jason, thank you so much for your time today. We look forward to keeping up with Lode's progress as you advance your silver and antimony strategy.
Thank you, Abby. I appreciate your time.